Alright, we're go.
Live.
Whoa. What is that?
Friday.
Yeah. It's picking something up.
Kicking on?
Yeah, like super loud though.
That's okay.
Must be that.
Oh, yeah. It's Friday.
Yeah.
It's August. Bananas are still kicking.
Oh, dude. Kicking crazy. Crazy huge.
Yeah. We're drinking some of the Armbar Soap Company coffee from our friend Casanova Jiu-Jitsu.
Hooked us up.
So excited to try it out.
Bag 4 of 100.
Bag 4 of 100. That's kind of like limited edition.
They don't exist anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're behind the 8 ball. We're behind the game.
It had
took its time to get to us.
That's okay. Yeah, but it had like notes of chocolate, peanut brittle, and something else in there.
Oh.
So let's see what we got.
About to find out, and that's yours.
Oh God.
I got you your own bag of Peaberry.
Thank you, buddy.
Unopened.
Again, the Peaberry is probably one of my favorite roasts. Apple juice, butterscotch, sweet orange peel, balanced and medium body. Goddamn correct. We roast the beans because you deserve great coffee. Damn straight. Thank you so much. That Chilla coffee. That Chilla coffee.
There's a nice color on this, man.
Mm-hmm. Let's
look
see.
at that. Look at that.
You said you've been brewing a little hotter lately?
Just a little bit.
There's certain that I like the first sip to be kind of have a bite to it, you know? I want there to be that.
I found a better temperature, I get more flavor out of it.
Ah, that's right about it.
Yeah. Like, I think I got it.
Shit.
That is nice.
That's very good.
It's smooth. Yeah.
I taste the peanut brittle.
It's there.
Has like that nutty bite, but also the coffee bitterness kind of takes the sweetness off of it.
Yeah. That's balanced, bro.
It is balanced. It's nice. Armbar Soap Coffee. You did great.
Super great. Yeah. Wow. I'm glad we have this for a while.
Thanks for hooking us up. How's your week?
Week's been okay, man.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Good. I had a pretty solid week too. It kind of flew by. I feel like I blinked and it was Friday.
Yeah, this was a quick week. Like on Tuesday, I was like, oh man, it's Tuesday. And then I'm like, oh shit, I forgot to text Mike on Thursday night. I'm
Yeah, so that's the thing. Like my Monday, Wednesday, and then Tuesday, Thursday schedules are almost identical. So like,
oh nice.
Thursday could seem like Tuesday,
Could
and
be,
like
yeah.
Wednesday could seem like Monday, and vice versa, and this and that. It's like it's a fucking, shit show all the time.
Like I have no idea what day it is. Damn.
But I kind of like that because then I don't really care. Like, you know what I mean?
I like that how it lines up.
Yeah, it just kind of like allows me to kind of flow through things and like
Just
be flexible and adjust if I need to, or like
just enough predictability in it.
Exactly. You have the skeleton of it, so like I can kind of like pick and choose from there.
Yeah, I like that.
That's I've learned how I like to live my life.
Yeah, man. That's where you're at right now. That works.
Who was I listening to? I don't even remember who it was. Oh, I think it was. Nope, don't remember. But
Go on.
Just people kind of staying in the cycle of go to work, go to do this, go to sleep, watch TV. That's it. Like
same thing every day.
Yeah, exactly. Same thing, different day. It's like I don't watch television really. I don't even watch like Netflix anymore. I used to watch that. Like I put it on if I'm going to sleep at night a little bit to like kind of tune out sometimes.
Yeah.
But like I don't even care that much. Like, but I always want to be like doing something. Like if I'm awake or whatever, I'm gonna be like trying to stretch or meditate or research jiu-jitsu, research podcasting stuff. Like
work on something. Yeah, man.
And I used to have like struggles, like just want to be like, oh, I want to go back to sleep or whatever. It's like, nah, I want to get up and do shit. Like there's stuff going on. Like I want to be a part of it. I want to get to it early. Like I want to do my own thing. Like That's how I felt lately.
That's good, man.
But sleeping a lot and shit, so it's just a whole different game.
You're a whole new person.
Yeah.
Got good sleep.
Yeah. Operating at like 50% a lot of the time sucks, so.
Yeah, it's no fun.
Get your sleeps.
Now we've been adjusting bedtime because school's going to be starting. Well, maybe. Who knows? Of some sort. So
until day one and someone has a temperature and they're like, nope, shut it down.
Well, hopefully we don't even get to that point. I don't know. At this point, I'm just like, just go online for like the first quarter or whatever.
Isn't someone? I heard someone's doing like the first 9 weeks online. I was like, yeah, sure.
Most people are.
Do that. Like,
yeah, I know Columbus City schools. There's a bunch are, but so I don't know. We'll find out. I'm gonna find out next week.
Is that next week?
Yeah, next week.
I guess it's already mid-August almost next week.
Yeah, beginning. Yeah, still. Yeah, so we'll find out next week what's happening. I don't know, dude. Because no one's gonna be happy either way. Yeah. It is what it is.
You're gonna have people pissed off either.
I feel like I'm one of the few neutral human beings left in the world. I'm just researching. I'm like, cool. I get to live through some cool shit. Fun.
Yeah.
I'm just paying attention.
Well, yeah. It's just like hard for everyone to be like, well, I know this and I can fucking. It's like nobody knows shit.
You don't know, dude. You don't. You become an epidemiologist in the past 6 months. No, you didn't.
We don't know shit.
Yeah, it's like, okay. I take
even epidemiologists aren't sure. Some of them are still like getting new research and shit.
Damn. Okay.
So let them figure it out. You know.
Yeah, for sure. But no, we've been ratcheting back bedtime.
Yeah.
And so I've been sleeping better. Like went to bed at like, I don't know. I was on my phone. I could look at exactly the time I fell asleep. It was before 10:30.
Yeah.
Slept awesome.
Nice.
Feel good. I actually woke up at some point in the morning like, shit, did I oversleep? I'm sleeping so well. But like my body was still asleep and I didn't want to move.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't want to move. It feels too good. And so I was like, you know what? Screw it. If the doorbell rings and it's Mike,
it's ringing.
I woke up late. It's ringing. And that was fine.
Yeah.
I went back to my beautiful sleep, and then my alarm blinked at me. I don't really have an alarm per se. It's like I have like a strobe light on my phone, and then the music slowly turns up. Softly.
That's how I used to have it. Like,
and that's where I'm at. So I wake up without it anyway, so I don't need like I hate that blaring.
That's
shit.
The thing. Yeah, that's such an anxiety-causing thing.
Oh,
I mean, like hearing alarms, whether it's an iPhone or whatever. Like even if it's just like I hear it in public and someone's thing goes off, I get like a strike of anxiety. It's like, oh fuck.
That cortisol spike.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
so I'm just not into it.
I don't like it.
But now that's why I worked on trying to wake up naturally, and
I've always been a person that wakes up naturally. My alarm is literally just a backup.
I'll use an alarm for naps and stuff, or like a timer, like just if I have a time or something.
I don't have to do it for naps.
Really? Like,
I don't know why I have such timing, but like I've got
so this is the thing. It's like a backup that it's to make sure.
Yeah,
like my body.
Just in case, every once in a while you're off.
Yeah.
Like okay.
Like oh shit, that was 2.5 hours. Like 25 minutes.
Yeah, I guess I needed that today. But I was meditating the other day, and normally I have like on my Oura Ring, it has like different meditation things, and it has a body check-in one where it'll measure your heart rate and your HRV, and I think your breathing rate, or no, your body temperature, your ambient body temperature, which I just think it's cool to have the metrics on it.
Yeah.
So a lot of times I'll just set that, and then do like a 20-minute timer. But like the other day I was just there, and I'm like, oh no, I'm meditating right now. And I just kind of sat back on the couch, and I meditated, and then I kind of. Like I thought I fell asleep for a second because I was deep. I was like, oh shit. And I was like, nope, 24 minutes. You're fine.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, okay.
That's
cool.
Yeah. I'm getting into like longer stretches of losing that connection, like the time and stuff. Like,
yeah, when you completely disconnect, but you're not sleeping.
Right, yeah.
But like you're somewhere else.
Yeah, you're definitely not there though.
Like it's so neat. Yeah, I love that place.
It's really
I'm
weird.
getting better at it, yeah.
Yeah, it's just like anything else, takes training. It's just.
Yep.
But again,
a little bit of consistent practice.
You gotta want to do that shit too,
Yeah, and you gotta believe it's possible. You're gonna.
Oh yeah.
Believe it. You're gonna. You don't see it. You don't believe it when you see it. You see it when you believe it.
I have in my brain. I've just been like cycling through so much weird shit, like. And just in terms of going to basics, we always talk about that shit, right? Like everything, like high level basics, like. But there's just so many layers to each basic thing. As to why that's there, as to why it takes care of this.
When that opens up, and you start to see another layer of basics, I'm like, whoa.
It's hyper simple, but to some people it's impossible to do. Like, but it covers so many bases. People like. want the thing that covers so many bases, and they want the magic pill and this and that, but like it's really just doing the basic shit. Yeah,
you already have
really kind of dig into the basic shit. There's your pill. You don't need the fucking pill when you figure it out like yourself, you know.
Yeah, but yeah, it's cool when you get to that. It's so weird to be at a level and then that you see all the basics and why they work. But even though at the beginning you just listened and did the basics and they fucking worked.
Yeah.
But you didn't know why, but yet you knew the same shit. It's so weird to come back around to that, get to the last dragon, you know.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting because like I looked back at like early in my athletic whatever, like when I started doing real like wrestling and jiu-jitsu, not like sports ball, but like that just was kind of like hand-eye coordination shit and like socialization. But when it came to like wrestling and jiu-jitsu, I was like, oh shit, this is what I want to do. Like
this is more fun.
Yeah, but when it came to that, like it sort of came back to like putting truth to coaching cues, I guess, and like why they're saying that.
Coaching
and, like,
cues are so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, yeah, cueing is such an interesting thing of when you can, like, I was talking to my sister's husband. I guess he's my brother-in-law. But I just think brother-in-law is a weird thing to call somebody. It's a weird thing. I don't like it.
Gets the government involved in the title?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it. But he runs a lot now. Never been particularly athletic. He's a freaking musical genius. Like, totally, like, capable dude.
Yeah.
But he's running a lot now, so I was just giving him some tips. I showed him the tennis balls and stuff.
Yeah, I did that this morning.
And he was like,
tremendous.
Yeah, and he was like, his posture's improving. He's super tall, which is hilarious because my sister's super short. And he says his posture's getting better. He's being able to stand up, but he's like, he can't quite fix it. And I'm like, feet point forward, dude. And he's like, what? I'm like, take your second toe and point it forward.
Crank it in.
And I told him about walking around barefoot and stuff, and he goes, whoa, that feels really cool. I'm like, yeah, the rest will take care of itself, man.
Yeah.
And he's like, whoa. And my mom was laughing, and she was sitting right there, and she's like, yo. And I'm like, yeah, I'm getting decent at this, Mom. Like,
yeah.
I'm simplifying things. But like, it was a neat moment because I was, my allergy medicine was kicking hard, so I was kind of sleepy, and I was like, and I was kind of like, yeah, let's do that. And it like completely 100% worked.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. Like it comes back to like, what did your mom tell you growing up? Like stand up straight, this, that, put your chin like this, whatever. Like there's something to that. There's truth to that. There's a lot of ways and reasons you should do that.
Well, I had
that reason was lost over time, sort of.
Yeah, I had a girlfriend in college. She was a dancer, and she was a ballerina. She was a badass ballerina for a long time, actually. Like it was her job before she went to college. But because she's a dancer, she walked with her toes pointing out all the time as a kid. And that's what her mom would tell her. She's like, feet point forward. She's like, okay, Mom. And point feet forward. So that's where the idea got in my head. And then as I applied it to different things and the basics got deeper, and then you realize, oh, well, there it is. Like, it fixes everything.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like putting meaning to those things and seeing how deep that rabbit hole can go.
Yeah, so now I know, like, the rabbit hole is much, I think, far deeper than what I've gone down, but I'm far enough down it to understand the genius behind such a simple statement.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
you did the best coaching cues, right? Yeah.
The simplest little cues can mean, basically being throwing a stack of books at your face.
Yeah,
you really start to dig into it. Like,
yeah, for sure.
But that's the thing. Like, I think that's what makes a good coach and like just a coach. Like, a lot of it just regurgitate stuff. There's now, especially with the internet, it's the other thing. Like, information spread, but it's just regurgitation. It's not like actual research, implementation, and like. It's
too easy to get information.
A little bit.
And so now it's like, how do you get good information?
Yeah. So like that's just the other skill of learning how to sift through bullshit, which we talked about. But like.
Yeah.
Also, like garnering attention and making that type of thing attractive to people.
That I don't know how to do.
It's tough.
But maybe we do know how to do because we do have 25 countries that listen to us. But
that's cool.
Yeah.
At the same time, like that's not like, but that's a potable skill that you need today. Like in terms of like content generation, is like attention grabbing and like attention seeking thing, and just things that will get people's attention. So learning to do that is just like learning to sift through bullshit information and like form your own opinions and think for yourself. It's a muscle, you gotta strengthen it.
Yep. And kind of having an audience. I think something that we've become aware of with this is that we've kind of found our audience,
Mm-hmm.
of where we're not just kind of doing random shit. We just refined who we are and our message and ourselves, and our audience found us, kind of thing. I
We
guess,
found that through the process too, but
yeah,
like
we had to like sift through it.
But also, it's from people giving us feedback of what they found valuable.
Yeah.
You know, like, oh, like
Yeah,
mental
that's
health
awesome.
episodes, or like, you know, and then just talking through stuff, it kind of like reveals truths over time.
Like, oh, that's
so.
what someone picked up on.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, neat.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like different perspective of like what people are actually listening to.
I got a message on Instagram, and the Coffee Regular Instagram, the other day about some Instagram that follows us and we follow them. I can't think of their name off the top of my head. I'm
I think
sorry.
I saw it, but
Yeah, he was like, "How do you pick coffees that are on your show?" And I was like, "Huh."
We don't.
I'm like, well, we like
If we can do locals or
we like
small
local
brands.
We like small brands, usually from Ohio. We get stuff from all over the world now. We like sample bags of whole bean coffee, so we can feature people like on a regular basis on the Insta.
On top of brewing it the way we like.
On top of brewing it how we like. And that's about it. That's kind of what it's developed into. Yeah, and then gifts. Like, I guess I didn't say that. Like, people just give us coffee, so we did gifts.
Yeah,
that's really it.
That's sort of the fun part too. Is like there's a community to it on two ends. Like people that are like, oh, they like coffee. There's this coffee that I like, and they send it to us. And they're
I
like,
love it when people suggest
that's
stuff.
cool.
They send it to us, or they're like, check this out.
Or they're just like, this is my favorite coffee. Let me see what you think. Like I just like sharing that experience. I had my buddy from Miami send up a couple bags at one point from like, these are my couple favorite things. Like the one I dropped in the sink.
I've never got to taste.
Yeah. But I just like it's a sharing. You're sharing an experience. You're sharing a palate. It's just like you're sharing an opinion here.
I've never met him.
I've met him a couple times,
but
in passing, really, like because from Fight to Win and like shit like that. Like,
I dearly care about this human being. I do. Like he's
an OG.
He is definitely like on the family scale.
Supporter.
I've never actually talked to the dude, and he sent us coffee and saved it for us for a long time.
But yeah,
and it's like, I mean, yeah, he's awesome.
Just fans of the cast, you know.
Yeah, and like we're all connected.
Yeah.
Anyway,
there's
so we're gonna
many...
hang out at some point.
Oh yeah.
You know, which is actually I think really cool too. Is that I've like we've met him. I don't necessarily know him yet, but we're connected through Vitor.
Yeah, exactly. You're already on the
and
same
we're
team,
already
right?
like family, so we're gonna train together, and it's gonna be cool. But like we already have like a baseline of awesomeness before we even meet, which I think is neat.
And that's like I think the thing with my presentation to the world is like I don't put myself out there that well, and like that's a skill I'm working on. Is like first impressions and introductions and shit like that.
Yeah,
so like
I hate first impressions. I put zero stock in them.
Yeah, I don't do well with them.
Then zero, but
at the same time, like when I first meet someone, I'm like,
no, I don't think about it like, I'm not putting any stock in when I first meet someone, the first impression of them. I'm like, that's not really them.
Exactly. It's like I met them for 10 seconds, so like I don't know.
Yeah, like how do you know? You know, how much of myself am I projecting on that? How nervous are they? Like blah blah blah, all kinds of stuff. Yeah. No.
That's the thing. I hope people are as gracious with me when I'm because it's just like, man, he's anxious as fuck. Like,
that's an awkward cat.
Yeah, he's awkward as shit. But knowing that I have common ground with someone
is a huge plus.
Yeah.
The common ground is really cool.
And multiple common grounds, like jiu-jitsu, coffee, life.
Yeah. I mean, you know, I still even do that in Taekwondo.
Yeah.
I did a Zoom with Stephen Lambdin the other day on how to do, like, computer shit. Like, training online stuff, right? He's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know this guy. I've randomly met him through online stuff. I know he's in the Olympics for Taekwondo, you know, but because I'm kind of an OG Taekwondo guy now, and I know his coach, sort of, he was like, I mean, I know like I know Tim, I know of Tim, we've talked a little bit. I know, you know, like
in the
Jason
community.
Hahn. I'm kind of the old generation of that community now, but we've connected.
We can talk shop.
We can talk shop. He's a super cool guy. So nice. Like, yeah, and just knowledgeable, but he's just cool.
Yeah.
And so like now I've connected with that dude through something I don't do publicly anymore. It's just purely for me.
Right.
And yet it's still, I was joking with him, I'm like, Taekwondo's still giving me stuff. I haven't asked for it in a long time. And I decided to ask again. and here it is giving back again. Still expanding my world. And I'm like, damn, that's cool. Like that's martial arts in a nutshell if you do it right.
Yeah.
Is it's still something that's going to give to you. You put the work in, you give back. The community gives to you.
Yeah.
If you ask.
And that even happens like when you're like might hang him up, you know, and walk off, and then something kind of happens, or like something will like kick over, and like, nah, fuck that.
Yeah,
like,
I'm good. Yeah.
A couple more, you know.
Yep. There's
So
another one in me. Yeah.
and then that can turn into a snowball, and then you're back in it, and everything's great. So I mean.
Yeah, which is, kind of what's happening.
Yep.
Yeah. But with that said, I miss jiu-jitsu so much.
Yeah.
To train. I'm training on my own, and it's beautiful. I'm getting better, but I need to get in a fight.
Yeah.
I just need to roll with someone that wants to kill me.
Fighting is fun.
Yeah, balances me out.
We talk about it all the time. If more people knew how to fight, you know?
Everyone would just be happier.
Yeah.
Just get it out of your system.
Yep.
In a positive way and be happy about it.
Even if it's like at the gym, if it turns out negatively, just leave it there.
It did something for you.
It did a lot for you.
It did a lot of good stuff. It was a good thing. Like, let it be.
Yeah.
Yeah, you needed to do that. Everyone needs to get those emotions out.
And this is our time to like be like, get away from ball sports. They don't exist anymore. Do martial arts.
Yeah. Except for tennis. Tennis is making a huge comeback.
Yeah.
But
I mean, tennis is pretty cool as it is. So
tennis is separate, and you can hit shit, so it's okay.
Yeah.
Good footwork. Taekwondo and tennis have a lot of common with those.
Like the inner game of tennis is, I'm like always
and the inner game of
tennis favorably because of that. So
I could read that book just every week. Like, honestly,
tremendous book.
That's a great book. Yeah. So yeah, tennis. Like, because of that book, yes, tennis has made me happy.
Yeah.
I can hispect it.
Hispatch.
Yes,
for sure.
You want some more?
Oh yeah, I'll take a splash.
Yep. Give you a splash.
Tremendous. Yeah, it's very good.
It is good. It cools off well too.
It does.
Which seems to be a big thing for me in coffee. I never really thought about it until I keep saying it on the cast when I edit it.
God, cools off
I say
well.
that every episode.
That's the precursor to making decent iced coffee. So like knowing
it's true
what the flavor profile is at the end.
It's true. This reminds me a little bit of there was a restaurant in was it Nelsonville? What was it called? We used to go to once in a while. Me and my buddy, my old training partner in Taekwondo, always get coffee and water. And that's what we would drink. Give me coffee and a water.
That is classic martial arts order, dude.
Yeah, coffee and a water.
Go into the diner, coffee, water, please, thank you.
Yeah, thanks. Yep. And it reminds me of that. That place doesn't exist anymore. It burnt down.
That's sad.
It was real sad. I can't think of the name of it off the top of my head, but I can see it.
I used to go to this joint that was down on like South High Street. That was just like this weird 50s / Greek infusion diner. It was fucking weird. Anyway, tremendous food. But like after a certain point, we started getting sick pretty much all the time. So we're like,
health code violations.
Right.
Damn.
They're like, oh damn, they just like left the butter out for like 3 weeks.
Like, oops.
And the milk and whatever. Like shit's just nuts. Anyway. Good times. You got to cut a lot of weight that way, you know?
Yeah, really.
It's all good.
Kept you healthy in the long run.
Yeah.
Pure.
But they also had like root beer on tap and like shitty diner coffee, you know, the staples.
Booyah.
Yeah.
Yep. Root beer on tap's alright, man.
I like some root beer on tap, dude.
Yeah, I don't drink a lot of pop, but I'll do a good root beer.
A root beer on, especially a tapped root beer, get out of town.
Yeah, good tap root beer.
Fucking tapped root beer coffee, you know what I'm saying?
We've had it, and it's amazing.
It exists.
Good lord, I hadn't thought about that in a while.
Shit.
Oh, that's so good.
I haven't forgotten. There hasn't been a day that goes by that I haven't thought about it.
Oh, it's just in my soul now. Root beer coffee.
Until we can have it again, or just make it. We'll figure it out.
I'll figure it out. I think I'm gonna make it in my nitro coffee thing.
Yeah.
Wonder if it's possible.
That's like it's kind of like a different take on a tonic, or like the float, or like a something like that.
It's the way to do it, man.
Java float.
Yeah.
Oh shit, a little like scoop of ice cream or something, like a little tiny dollop of something, like
that'd be amazing.
You get out of fucking.
That'd be good, dude.
That'd be next level.
Oh, that's gonna happen. That's happening. Yeah, for sure.
Didn't he say it was just like root beer extract and like?
Yeah.
It wasn't even like.
It's not root beer.
Yeah.
It's root beer extract. You put the extract and the bubbles in separately.
Yeah.
And then into the coffee. Yeah.
Whatever the fuck root beer extract is. but
I mean, it's from a brute.
Yeah,
You know.
love it.
So nice.
God, beautiful day,
Isn't it
beautiful week.
out? Yeah,
Yes.
it's nice out today, man.
The weather
It's
has been
nice
tremendous.
Week. Yeah, the weather.
Slept with the windows open.
Oh, I wish I could do that. Nah, wife's got the allergies too much.
Yeah, I did wake up the other day. I was like, like dying a little bit. I was like, Rona got me, but now it's just allergies.
Yeah, just the allergies.
It's cool. But yeah, you've been hitting the farmers market. I already picked that up. Yep.
Hell yeah.
I think we're heading over Tuesday. So
Oh, right on, man.
yeah,
Yeah, Tuesday.
see you there.
If yeah, go to the 2 Roasting Joes and tell them who you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'm the other guy.
I'm other Mike. I
always tag you and stuff, but I'm the other guy.
Yeah. He'll be happy to meet you. I told him to listen to the episode where we try the lemon bean.
The lemon bean, that was ridiculous.
Because our reactions, when I was going through it, it's just funny to hear us how we react to it.
It was so good. I drained it, and I was so high on caffeine. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Because I drank it fast, and then we had another cup after that.
Yeah.
I think I'd already had a cup prior, so I was like,
that was
alright.
a lot. It was all one.
time to go get shit done.
Yeah. Get after
I
it.
don't even have anything to do, but I got it done.
Stuff's getting done. Yeah.
It is what it is. Yeah, neck's been feeling good. Like, can't complain.
Nice, dude.
Everything's good so far.
Yeah, man.
Training's been decent. Working on a lot of cradling, like.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Applying cradling to jujitsu.
Yes.
So it's like a form of like top guard passing, or
So, yes, guard passing,
a little pressure pass action.
but also like re-controlling side control, moving out of it.
Regathering people?
Yeah, like, or like even if they're standing and posted around, like how to start to scoop stuff and like getting takedowns with it and like getting good positions and even leg locks. Like,
Oh, very nice.
for just exploiting the knee elbow connection, right?
Oh, very good.
Doing this, but just like overfeeding it and making me want to,
Yeah.
crumble on that side or cross side. Like, there's so many options with it.
That's cool.
I've been finding just some really weird, neat stuff with it. Filmed a couple videos.
Oh, very good. Videos. I need to start filming more videos. We need to do videos.
Yeah.
We have to figure out all that. Yeah, but speaking of videos, I'm officially a purple belt in BJJ Fanatics, but I think I'm actually a black belt. I think they're not counting some things. I need to send them a picture. But they had a big sale, and I seem to be an addict to watching instructional videos.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, Henry Akins has like secret DVDs on BJJ Fanatics. I love Henry Akins.
His are cool.
He's
All
my
his shit is
guy.
neat.
But he has one on Scarfold. And it's ridiculously expensive, but I had a 40% off coupon. And I was
Sprung
like,
it.
Screw it, I'm doing it. It's awesome. He calls Scarfold the soul stealer. He just smashes humans. It makes them just not want to breathe anymore.
Yeah. He's not huge. Like,
I mean, he's bigger than me.
he's big.
He's
but
big,
he's
dude.
not huge.
I mean, he's probably 200 pounds.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think he's huge. But Scarfold's a position I end up in all the time. It's like my top position because I started in judo.
Yeah.
So it's natural for me. So I was like, all right, that's cool. But then I got a couple other ones that are really cool. One of which is I can't think of his name. He's Japanese. He does judo. I can see it. He looks cool too. Like, he's a cool looking dude. I can't think of his name because I've just recently discovered him. But it's kind of old school judo, old rules. But it's about judo leg grabs. I haven't dug into it yet, but it's like transitioning from collar and sleeve grips to leg grabs, and using the pants for the leg grab, and the difference between like a judo double leg and a wrestling double leg, and then like a leg grabbing system. So he kind of systematizes it. He talks about it. I really want to dig into because I love fireman's carries,
Right.
and so it kind of ties into my fireman carry
Love a good
obsession.
fireman's.
And then I've been watching Gary Tonon's Exit the System, which is like 5,000 DVDs. That I've been like, just because I love defense.
Yeah.
And so I can't physically train, so like mentally I'm training and I'm piecing all these things together in my subconscious to start like feeding to my limbs at some point here.
That'll be you'll be surprised how much actually comes out when you do it. Like,
that's what I want. I want to see what comes out, but like it's got me thinking and connecting stuff.
Yeah.
And so I'm working on my dummies, I'm practicing stuff, but it's just in my brain hard and feels good. Like I'm going really, deep on just sort of concept basics. If I'm trying to put the pieces together.
But just also seeing like, does this concept apply here? Is it remotely true? Is there anything to it? Like you can...
I've been, I kind of made a list of things I like to do, that I naturally go toward, and I'm connecting the list now.
That's cool.
So I'm connecting all those things together. So, my style is developing somewhere in me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've just been trying to like embrace open-mindedness and different ways to think about stuff and like doing it instead of just being like, I don't know, or, just trying certain things and trying to express that to be like, even in teaching, I'm just like giving a basic task, like just like separate that. However you do it. And people are like kind of give me the deer in the headlights look, and then some people were like, oh, okay, cool.
I like how you're kind of implementing that in your teaching. You're sort of creating that environment of experimentation.
Just like, I can tell you 10,000 techniques that you won't understand and you won't be able to apply, but I can tell you like 4 or 5 different things that you can start to apply in a lot of different places and keep your shit together. Like, at least keep your shit together. Yeah. It doesn't necessarily mean you'll be insanely successful off the bat or anything.
It's a cool way in though. It's a hard way to think about because it's not an exact technique.
Yeah.
Of where it's just start trying shit.
Yep.
A lot of it's going to fail, but you're going to understand why it works a lot better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've been doing that for a couple weeks, and like again, like sort of the positive feedback thing. It's just like I've only gotten positive feedback. People are really clicking with it. Yeah, and like
that's cool.
It's
such a better way to learn. I love when people come on at it.
Yeah, it's sort of like you're watching something download. It's like 1%, 2%. Now it's like jumping like 3%, 6%. It's making jumps, incremental jumps.
Once everyone figures out that it's okay to fuck it up, like mess it up a bunch of times, but still stick with the idea. Then they start like jumping. Yeah, that's cool.
And that's the thing. I've had opportunities to dispel sort of like the frustration with it, that are like, well, I don't get it, this or that, like that. I'm just like, give it time.
It's okay if you don't get it. You got like a small bit of it.
yeah. It's just like, I always equate it to like getting 10 years worth of reading thrown at you in a day. And you being expected to retain it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it happened, man.
I always equate like my leg lock situation to it. Like I trained them and did them or tried for a long fucking time. Didn't do shit with them and got leg locked all the time and fucked them up. Now I do them and learned them and like them a lot.
Yeah, bam, you got them.
Yeah. And that really has opened up other aspects. So like, it's a big deal. But yeah, just learning and like implementing that and having people actually have positive feedback, That's what I think, even if it's just a little bit, like oh, good lesson, or like that was great, or like oh, I learned this, like that's enough to snowball it in that positive direction. Like
that's the right way. But yeah, you're definitely creating not just your style, but a unique environment.
Yeah.
Of that is unique to you and your program, which I think is very cool. It's definitely it gives a lot of it builds value in your brand.
Right.
Air quotes. But yeah, like that's cool though, because it just makes its own thing, so that you're a guy someone can train with on top of whoever they're training with and learn something different.
There's so much.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's so much like, oh, I learned this way. It's like, oh, don't do that this way. Like this person doesn't do shit. Like it's like, okay, like implement what you know already and build on it and like make something cool out of it for you. Like
use that as a way in.
There's so much weird, and that, again, just weird old martial arts bullshit. Like,
well, it's when there were secrets, man.
It's bullshit.
There's no secrets anymore. You don't have secret techniques. Don't work anymore.
Yeah.
Because they're on YouTube.
Well, that and like the kept secrets of jiu-jitsu aren't secrets anymore, and like it's developed into something else. Like it's turned into something new. Like so
especially after once Closed Guard comes out.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's the best Instagram ever.
Yeah.
I'm getting the movie and the damn book is the second it's released. Because holy crap, that's so exciting.
Yeah. But yeah, it's sort of like that's sort of like the weird, one of the last like weird dying things I think in jiu-jitsu is like teachers that have either like trained prior like traditional martial arts or something, and they take it into that. It's like that's just their preconceived story, whatever. Like,
yeah, I don't know. It's romanticizing the old ways.
Yeah, which sucked.
Yeah, which sucked a lot. And there's a lot of suck there. But the cool parts made it into the movies, and people want that to be 100% actionable.
Right.
And it's not.
Nope.
But it's fun to think about.
Yeah.
It's fun to live out. Like,
put yourself in a headspace where you can think about it and then leave.
Yeah. Like, live it out in a different way. It doesn't necessarily work in real life.
Yeah.
You know, but it is cool. Everyone wants to be a ninja.
Yes.
You know, that's okay.
Yes.
Be a ninja, but you can be like an open-minded, nice ninja.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, how many movies were made based on kung fu treachery alone? You know, just...
It's a hell of a plot. But having lived through kung fu treachery, it's a better movie than it is a life, my friend.
Oh, 1,000%.
There's a reason the old master hates everybody and has lots of scars and can't fucking move anymore.
Again, romanticized in the movies, sucks in real life.
Not cool in real life, man. Just saying, don't have a lot of friends left from that era. There's a reason for it.
Yeah. So, recognizing that, acknowledging it, moving past that, making something new and better out of it.
Yeah. As soon as someone figures out how to tell a cool story, where it's like the Matrix, when they say, like, the first version of the Matrix, we made everybody happy and no one accepted it. And they just died.
Yeah.
And then we had to make it a little bit shitty. And then people thought, oh, okay, that's real. Right?
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of how life is. It's like, if it's too cool, no one goes to see that movie. Because it's too happy. That doesn't work.
It's not real.
Even if it's 100% real. So if you can tell a compelling story in a way that does not involve kung fu treachery and is still a good story that like has some suspense and some twists and turns, but yet is positive, things will change.
Yeah, yeah.
You know.
And that's the thing. I think you got to stay in it long enough to make it positive.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah, like it's too small. They tell the one shitty chunk and think that's the whole thing.
Yeah, put way too much spotlight on it. Like that's a couple chapters, you know.
Yeah. Hence the cool thing about like a Netflix series.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like you need a series. Give me 5 seasons, minimum 10 episodes per season that are like high budget, hour-long episodes.
Break it down.
Then you can have that like shitty season where like Kung Fu Treachery came in, and then you can go to like the next seasons and it gets better.
Yeah. Build the cliffhangers, leave everyone, you know. Yep.
Yeah, I think everything in Kung Fu movie terms. I don't know.
I do too. I mean,
why not?
Yeah, exactly.
Why not? It's more fun.
But I think it keeps you in the open-mindedness. Like, if you think of everything in real life, real terms, real time, all the time, like, you don't have any room for...
There's no room for
creativity,
imagination.
Imagination, or, like, bending the rules. Like,
like, there's too many rules that way.
Yeah.
You know.
And that's sort of, like, even the other day, I made people, like, do their things with their partner. Like, we did ISO rolling, like, isolated. Like, you only do sweep or pass, or, like, if you get up, you do takedowns, too. Like,
and,
like,
love that
we didn't even do subs. We didn't do anything. I was just like, you're moving. You're doing this. Like,
yeah, I love to play
we changed the rules. Same game, same everything, same tools.
We
different rules.
When, a buddy of mine, I used to train in MMA to learn grappling. We used to play that game all the time.
Yeah.
And I would it's just sweeper. And we started just with sweeps.
Yep.
And like top or bottom. Okay, if you're on top, you're staying on top. If you're on bottom, you're going for a sweep.
Yep.
And just to learn the basics of just getting used to that, we used to play that game all the time. It's such a fun game.
It's fun. Like
it's super challenging because it's like when you got one, but people think of it as like it's not one sweep. It's sweep.
Yeah.
So there's a million ways to sweep somebody.
Yep.
And there's a million ways to stay on top and pass somebody's guard, and they all interlock and open each other up.
And that's sort of the funny thing with jiu-jitsu is like there is a million ways to stay on top. None of them look super cool. None of them are like flying back kick or anything sweet, you know.
Yeah, you have to redefine what cool is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. To me, Cool is chilling the hell out and mountain, looking like nothing's happening while you fuck somebody up.
A good visual example of how to look cool while being on top. Fight to Win, Vitor versus AJ Agazin.
Yeah, we're smiling and
smiling and smashing,
pinning the fucking soul out of him.
Yeah, like that's a cool way to be on top there, dude. That's how you pass people and look awesome.
Mm-hmm. Like bada.
Yeah, that was a beautiful match.
Yeah. That was like the like main picture of Fight to Win for a while. Like there was him just
smiling and just knee on belly, like yeah. But yeah, that's a cool way to do it. Yeah.
Quick break.
Mike's hydrated today.
I'm so hydrated.
So hydrated.
And coffee, and I just can't.
It's the good coffee. Is this how we know coffee's good?
Yeah. Diuretic effect.
Mike has to pee. All right, well. Yeah, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood today. It's nice and cool. The birds are out. The banana's huge. Coffee is good. And as we wait, I don't know, I'll give you a visual if you go to the YouTube. And he's back.
Lost the shiny thing on my sunglasses.
Oh no!
It's okay.
Oh god.
Hydrated today. That's a good thing.
All the beverages.
No, yeah, I get like anymore. I just get like anxious if I'm dehydrated. I'm like, I don't want to fucking do this. Like,
yeah, I'm not into being dehydrated.
Don't want to be dehydrated anymore. Can do without food or whatever for a while, but water I'm kind of
water I'm pretty
stingy about.
Mm-hmm.
And coffee. Gotta have a little bit of both.
Always. Yeah.
But dang, thanks for this bag of Peaberry.
You're welcome.
I don't have good coffee at the house right now, so that's tremendous.
No,
it's not bad. It's just
okay.
It's fine.
It's okay. It's
not Schmegelman's, but it's fine. I'm trying to think of
done.
I saw, and that's the thing. Like, it's kind of funny how I think about a certain technique or like whatever, then I'll start to see like that sort of technique on Instagram.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, this thing is reading my mind, but let me look at this video.
I was watching something the other day, just PGA Fanatics again, one of their shorts of, I think it was a Korean dude, his name sounded Korean, but he was talking about his judo, was throwing, so I guess it was Judo Fanatics, but he's like, lead with your belly, because it's translated, right, and it's like, you lead with your belly, put your belly in, and he's talking about all these different throws and about just how to keep posture, but he's explaining it so great, because there's like the translation bit, you know, you can't directly translate a language, so like I'd have to listen to what he was saying in whatever language he was speaking, but yeah, it was literally like, watch, if I just put my belly first, look how this works better. But if you lean back and you go in, no, it falls apart. And he was doing drop seonagis, and he was doing osotos, and he was doing, it was so cool. But it was like just one of those basics, like deep basic cueing things. And
exactly,
all my throws just got better.
That's
like, wow, that's all it took, just belly button first, man.
That's sort of like possibly why like that sort of like the different codation of languages would give you a good cue. Like You know, like you're saying, like it translates to lead with your belly, and that's a very simple cue. Just be like, oh yeah, stick my tummy out. Like,
Yeah.
it translates to a very simple thing, or it might translate into something fucking crazy, like
But it could
minor this or whatever. But it could make a
Yeah.
lot of sense to you, like.
Yeah, it can. Yeah, well, translating's weird because it's so open to interpretation. But it's very much just like explaining anything. Of one person sees one thing, and one person sees another.
Yeah. Well, that it can be very like literal. It could be like inside shin reap, or like something that's like breaks down the inside, the body part, and the mechanism. Like
Yeah, it could be that. But yeah, it was so deep, man, because it was just cool because he just did a bunch of like fast and slow examples. But then he was like, look, here's when I don't, and I do it, and you're like, it fails, and he's like, I'm all strong. He's like, lead with your belly, relax your arms, and that's it.
Yep.
And he goes, and you just relax your arms, just hold on, but relax the arms, and then belly. And then he did it, and like every throw he did that. He just kept his grip, he relaxed his arms.
I bet to get like really thrown by that dude is probably like feeling getting like, hit by a truck.
God, it's probably horrible.
He probably pulls you in and jacks your shit in
just
so hard.
destroys you.
And then he hits you with the earth.
Yeah, because it just looks so effortless, and you know that's painful. When someone's just that smooth.
And violently quick.
Oh, God.
That's like, oh no.
Yeah, like the dude getting tossed, like, I hope they at least bought him lunch when he could, like, swallow again. You know, like, oh. Yeah.
That's like also like the funny thing you'll see with like seminars or something. You'll see like a huge, cool, crazy competitor come in, and then they like uki with the dojo uki, and they just fuck them up for the day.
I was that guy. I was the dojo
I was a little
uki.
bit too.
I was dojang uki. Like, I got fucked up by a lot of people.
Yep.
Because I could fall well and I could get kicked well.
Yep.
Like, no, the first time I ever saw that, man, Dr. Jin Bong Yang, that he's as big as a minute. He's tiny. He's Kevin Hart size. As imagine, when I think of Kevin Hart, I think of him as being the size of Dr. Yang.
Yeah.
Little dude. And, like, he's the one who invented the style of kicking that I do. And when he would demo, and he would just be talking and just like, it looks like he's all casual and shit, like Anderson Silva shit. Like, and like he would hit the pad, bang! And people would make the sad face. Oh God. And like, he's not even trying. You know, he's probably 5'1", and just
drop a motherfucker.
Bow! And like, holy crap! Like, this is the epitome of just like perfect technique.
Yeah,
I love.
Like
that.
you look at Golovkin. Like, he's not huge, but if he hits you,
you die.
Perfect technique. You're gonna fucking rattle your brain. Like,
yeah. Oh, you're done. Like,
I think he's a good example of like someone who will knock the shit out of you with perfect technique. Like,
he also makes professionals look normal. He's the kind of guy that makes you it makes people think they could box. That guy's taking it. It'll be fine. No, that guy's not taking it. That guy is a professional who trains and fights for a living, and he's being folded. like
effortlessly.
Damn.
Like in a humiliating fashion. Like,
yeah. Like, you don't want to see him an hour after that fight.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, exactly.
They're giving him painkillers. He hates life. Like, for the next month, he's regretting it.
Yeah. So yeah, there's something to be said for someone like that who understands everything in their body, in their range, in their
I love people that make it look easy, man.
Yep.
Whoa.
Like, even wrestling though, like, or grappling in some fashion, like, you can make it look smooth, even though it's very incredibly straining and violent. But if you have the timing and the finesse, it looks
when people lift up
effortless.
And switch grip and then
effortless,
and just you're like, that looks so doable.
Yeah.
And
but like, I've watched videos of like, there's open tournaments where like they'll have like normal dudes and coaches and like active USA wrestlers like in the same bracket, you know, so you can fucking fight an Olympian like without thinking about it, like in the second round, like.
Oh yeah.
But to see that caliber versus that caliber and the difference in finesse, timing, and smoothness and everything.
Because sometimes you get the coach that nobody knows who's just the smoothest
who's
dude
just
out there.
Yeah,
and all the Olympians are afraid of him and know it. And then he goes and smashes people.
Yep. Well, that actually kind of happened with Cael Sanderson because like
Oh really?
He bet his team or something that if they did something, he would wrestle in this open tournament, and then
cool.
he went in and wrestled and just slicked everyone and made the national team or something
Neat.
And recently, fairly recently.
Oh wow, really?
Yes,
I'm glad he still
fairly
got it,
recently.
because that dude's so smart.
Yeah.
To be that good of a competitor and that good of a coach and have that kind of understanding, and how little I know about him, and I'm like, I got that.
He's an interesting person.
Yeah,
but
but
tremendous mindset and everything.
You talk about a dude that just knows shit.
Yep.
Yeah, I'd love to have him sitting in that chair and we just get to listen to him talk.
I bet he'd have a lot of stuff to say about basics.
Oh, it'd be fun, man. Because he's been coaching long enough to have now he's deep. Because he's had to explain it to so many different people, in a competitive environment.
Highly competitive.
So that they get extra good because you have to convince assholes.
Yeah.
On someone, especially an 18-year-old kid that's been stomping people in high school
for 4 years straight.
Yeah, you got to come in nah, son. This is the beginning.
But that's the person that would probably get through, is that motherfucker who had almost a perfect career and then comes down and
comes back and gets stomped in the practice room and is open-minded enough to be next level. Yeah. Sweet. Yeah. But yeah, if you're coaching that, you got the good basics.
But it's interesting to see it, because if Mike Tyson and Roy Jones actually fight or whatever, that'll be really interesting.
Dude.
I'll watch. Don't necessarily want.
I'm gonna watch it. I don't really want it to happen, but I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah.
It's I've been thinking a lot about. Did you see? I'll have to show it to you. The Shogun and Little Nog fought again.
Oh yeah.
I think Little Nog barely won that. He lost the split decision, and I felt bad because it's the last fight of his career, and they should have given it to him. But it was the same fight again, just slower.
Yeah.
And it's it was slightly painful to watch.
That was like Chuck and Tito 4 or whatever, or 3 or whatever.
Which, I don't want to see.
Sad.
Yeah, but you're okay.
But even in that respect, everyone still talks about the times Chuck knocked the fuck out of Tito. Not the last time.
Those were great fights, man.
That's when everyone was still good and
Yeah, it was right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly,
but
it was right.
It also was dude, if Machida fought Shogun again, Machida's winning.
Oh yeah.
He's aged way better.
That's the thing, people age differently.
Shogun has not aged well.
Randy Couture aged flawlessly for a while.
He's still aged flawlessly.
He's doing great.
I've recently put my arm around that man.
He's thick.
And he is iron.
It's like grabbing a bag of snakes.
Iron, man. Holy crap, he is still there. He's still got it.
Yeah. That's the thing I love, and that's the thing, I follow a lot of Eastern European and Middle Eastern wrestling training pages, and some of their coaches, they're older, gray, but they'll come out on the mat and just slick these motherfuckers like it's nothing, and it's hilarious. Oh yeah,
I eat my vegetables. Let's go.
Yeah. It's they still got it.
That's sweet. I love that.
But that's the thing. It's kind of funny because they'll save it for that time or two. They gotta fucking show somebody.
Yeah. I can't do this all day anymore.
Yeah. But I can still fuck you up.
But I'm gonna bust this out for 5 minutes and let you know.
Yeah. Well, it's just like that video of that one boxer that was being a cocky asshole, and that old dude got in there and just dropped his ass.
Yeah. It's that. Yeah.
Again, it's the basics don't age. I might, but his skills might get a little rust, but the basics don't age.
They're still young. Always.
I'm just on such a basics kick lately.
That's cool.
Well, I'm just putting more basic to advanced stuff. I'm what is the basic shit here?
You're seeing the basics in the advanced stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a fun place to be. I've never been able to clearly articulate it.
Yeah.
But when you get there and you start seeing it, and really understand what your coach meant when they told you when you were 14 that this thing, it looks spectacular, but it's just this and this.
Yeah.
It's this simple thing. Put your foot here, put the knee there, and do the thing.
Right.
And you don't it's so hard to understand that at the beginning.
It's almost because the enamored state of mind doesn't let you see how easy it is. You're oh, this is fucking
so
cool,
spectacular. And
but if I just did these two things,
yeah, it's really not hard.
Yeah. And that's recently again kind of putting it back into that play cue perspective. It's just play with it. Think of those two things. See how you implement them. See what it means when you implement them. What happens? What's the result? How you where you're at. Blah blah blah.
What's the real life result on that? And then you get Yeah.
And then do it again and again and again. Can you replicate? Like,
and replicate and adjust and yeah.
Do it on to anybody at any time. Like,
It's good stuff.
Yeah. And like, there's a few people that I've rolled with that I'm like, they could piece me up at any time if they wanted to, but they're not. Like, there's this dude in Iceland that I rolled with. I was like, that's butter.
That guy's good. Oh, wow.
He is fucking me up.
Yeah.
But that's a kind of like a feeling you chase too, like to try and do it, but also to feel it as well.
Yeah.
You know?
To be aware that you're there.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you're doing that. Yeah, that's something you chase forever. Just moments, and you just get moments of it. Like you feel like you know people that live in it. But they're just getting a moment too.
Oh yeah.
They're just as fascinated by that moment as you are.
If not more so, really.
Like, because they're doing it. Yeah.
That's the thing. Like, I still love arm bars. I get enamored by arm bars. Like,
an arm bar junkie.
There's nothing that would not make me love entering an arm bar, setting it up. Like, I love it top to bottom. Like, and I love what it could yield. I love everything around it. You know what I mean? Like, there's
arm bar was my first submission love.
It's just that was my first success. My first successful submission. Like, doing things and that I could replicate.
Armbar was a thing I could get back in the day, even as the littlest dude in class.
Yep.
Chokes, sometimes people were just big. Their necks were so huge, they just shook me off. You know, necessarily taking someone's back or holding guard or anything. But like arms were always accessible. Yeah. So that was, and this is long before Rhonda. This is before like I was really able to follow anybody.
Yep.
And then, you know, Megumi Fujii showed me the way. Back in the day, Megumi used to just roll into arm bars from anywhere. Yep. And then Rhonda came along, and then I found people to follow in the arm bar world. But yeah, arm bar was always the accessible submission, and so I fell in love with it.
You see so many like people that can make a career off one thing or one technique, or like that's their technique. It's like, it's cool, but at the same time, it's like, what else you got? You know?
Yeah, like
because I've seen some people that can only do the one thing, like.
Well, there's difference between, but there's even a difference in that. Because some people can do one thing and you can get them away from that thing and they're done. Yeah. Some people can do one thing and always steer you back into it. You get them away from it and they're like, oh, I got a way in there too.
Yeah.
And okay, I got a way in there too.
Steer you back to it, or like be content with the journey back to it and just kind of like, we're doing this.
Yeah, fine. That's cool. I'm going to get back there.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's fine. You do what you do, and we're coming back. Don't worry.
Yeah, it's like that's sort of the thing. Is like I've always wanted to get to the point where it's like just intuitive grappling. You're just going, you're flowing.
Yeah, you're just flowing, but like you could flow back to your one thing.
Yep.
It's always an option. You know, and that's so hard for my mind to settle in on because I've always liked to know everything, which is like a big sometimes stop me because I'm taking in too much info. But then I feel bad if I get obsessed with one thing, and then I'm like, I'm missing all this other stuff. Oh no!
Yeah,
but you can learn all things through the one thing.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Like, there's so many offshoots, and it's all the same shit, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it all comes back to the same thing. Like, just walk through a door. Yeah. Keep walking through that door. Everything's in the room.
Yeah, it's just like even if you hit the dead end, walk backwards a little bit, then find another path. Like you're gonna find some shit out of it.
Yeah, it's there. It's all there. Yeah.
But like that's like I learned wrestling on like a technique basis and not necessarily like a strategy or concept basis. So like I'm trying to reapply a lot of like wrestling stuff with that concept and like seeing how it applies to jiu-jitsu, because again it's just changing rules and changing the game and just like fucking around. So
yeah, but it's still grappling, so it all fits in. Yeah.
So it's very cool. It's very fun.
Well,
so learn grappling.
I've been doing that with Taekwondo a little bit, having to learn the new style a little bit. Just because I've been doing Stephen Lambdin stuff.
Well,
and I mean, it's still the same thing.
Right.
It's just a slight different timing. It's lift this foot up instead of that foot.
Well, even if it's just like the differentiation of a different person telling you the same thing.
Which is nice. Yeah, that's actually really cool.
I've even, like recently I've had the pleasure of like playing with wrist locks and like Aikido concepts and like using that and folding it into...
Oh, I gotta show you some Hapkido.
Top and bottom, exactly.
I'll show you all the wrist lock stuff.
Because I believe there's absolute value to that, and folding that into jiu-jitsu, grappling, whatever rule set, like having that access to that knowledge too. Like, Everyone kind of makes fun of like karate about whatever, you know, like there's something to everything. Like
there's a good chunk there. There's something cool in everything.
Yeah.
Even if it's been distilled and watered down, like there's still something cool there, and you just gotta find it.
Yeah, and it's sort of like, well, it's almost on you to find it. Like, adjust your attitude and look for it. Like,
yeah, and you know, listen through the bullshit.
Yeah.
And some people's attitudes are wrong, and then you kind of judge the art based on that person's attitude.
Yeah.
Like, no, look at the art.
Had I done that with jiu-jitsu, I would not fucking.
Oh no, like, that's everything, dude. Have you ever? I mean, I was watching a documentary on Prime. It was about this dude getting his black belt in karate, and it was made quite a few years ago now. And so he had his personal trainer did MMA. He had a personal trainer to help get in just better shape. And then he was training in karate. And all the karate dudes had no respect for MMA at all.
Yeah.
It was hilarious. Because they're like, they have no honor that they fight. They like fighting. It's the reward that they're after. And I'm thinking to myself, like, that dude got paid nothing to win that fight. You didn't realize he didn't even get a trophy.
What reward? He had his nose broken.
He just got beat up. He won, but yeah, and they're like, I know how hard I hit if I just hit the Marakara board. I never say that fucking word right. I keep practicing. I keep fucking up. But he's like, then I can measure mine, and that's, you know, I would be unlucky if I got in a fight and hurt somebody. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Stop. And then, you know, the MMA dude is like, it's just fighting, man.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
He's like, you clock in at the office, I clock in there. It's the same shit.
Stuff. I just get to do it.
Yeah.
You know, it's because it's so funny. I'm like, oh, get out of fantasy world.
That's why grappling is around. It's true. There's truth to it that has withstood time.
But that's the thing about, like, the karate guy was doing some cool shit. Mm-hmm. He was doing some useful, cool stuff. So if you get
context,
if you got past his ego,
yeah,
you could see the technique in it and be like, that's kind of neat.
Yep.
There's some value there. But if you can't get past the thing, you know, the culture of it,
right?
Then it's just like,
Of course.
Yeah.
That's the thing. There's always gonna be like a weird aspects of culture that follow a weird thing like martial arts or whatever, horseback riding. There's always a culture and
there's always a culture, and there's versions of the culture.
Yeah.
You know, having grown up in Taekwondo, and what parts of the culture got taken from Korea and came here, most of them are horrible.
Yeah.
And most of them I thought were an integral part of training and had to be there.
Right.
And now I know they're not.
Right.
Like, it doesn't diminish it in any way. Get over it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah.
It is what it is, man.
Let the basics, man.
The basics.
Look through the veil to see the basics.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. It's like there isn't a magic pill aside from doing the basics.
The basics are the magic pill.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, man.
It's about time, huh?
That's it. We're good.
And keep your coffee regular, y'all.
And peace in, everybody.